decimals. And the basic gist under that is just like when you are adding, we talk about adding decimals like this, if you have 6 plus 3.8, okay, just like you're allowed to add zeros so that when you line up decimals, you get something that adds up nicely. Just like that, if you come up with a number that has, or a decimal that has a 0 at the end of it, okay, usually we take away that ending 0 because it doesn't help us, it actually makes it a little bit more complicated. So ending zeros are not needed. Later in life they will be, but not right now. Ending zeros are not needed. The only thing they do is complicate numbers when you read them. These both mean the same thing, but you'd have to say them differently. Let me know how you say this top one. Isabel, this is 20 hundredths, and this one is 2 tenths. They mean the same thing. If you had that much money, it'd be the same thing. But because it's easier for us to think about 2 tenths than it is 20 hundredths, we always simplify decimal numbers by doing that. In the same way, if you had something like this, now if I asked you to read that number, can we read that number? I'd like to hear it. Take a shot at it. Kara?
38 billions?
No. How do you read decimal? Reading decimal numbers, you have to, first of all, in decimals, you do put commas just like you do in whole numbers, 3 over. You have to say this number. This number is 38,000. Then you have to say no. Then you say what place this last digit is in. Tens, hundreds, thousands, 10,000s, 100,000. So to say this number, you would have to say 38,000 100,000s, which makes Keith roll his eyes like it doesn't make much sense. But that's why we simplify that and just write it as this, which is what? 38 hundredths. That's why we write the simplified form of it. This means the same thing. You know, if I asked you to give me 38,000 100,000s of something, you'd have absolutely no idea what that is. But if I said, hey, bring me 38 hundredths, that's 38 cents. That's what it is. If you're doing it money-wise. So the deal is this: when you do, like this one comes from today's practice, when you do 3.65 and you're adding to it 6.35, when you give your answer, 5 plus 5 is 0, 6 plus 3 is 9, plus 1 is 10, bring down your decimal. Okay, your answer for 10.00 really should just be 10. Okay. Well, if they ask you to simplify it, you'll have to write it like that. If they ask you to write it simplified, they want it to be completely simplified. So that is all I got. Lesson 100 days.